Two commercial mowers, both around $15,000, both worshipped by the guys who mow for a living, and both completely ignored by everyone else. One is backed by a giant American corporation. The other is a family shop in Kansas most people have never heard of. Now guess which one nearly got sold off and which one has never taken a single outside investor in 67 years. You guessed wrong. And that's not even the strangest thing about these two machines, because one of them suspends the wheels like a race car, and the other one has no suspension at all. Let's settle it. Start here, because if you get this wrong, nothing else in the video matters. Ferris suspends the wheels. Grasshopper does not suspend anything. The Ferris system is real engineering. A pivoting front axle riding on coil-over shocks. A rear swing arm on adjustable coil-overs. On the ISX 800, 2200, and 3300, the top-tier four-front system runs 4 upper and lower control rods, so the front caster bearing stays perfectly vertical through the entire range of travel. That is ATV geometry. You can even adjust the spring rate to your body weight with notched collars on the shocks. And it wasn't an accident. Ferris introduced suspension in 1998, holds more than 16 patents on it, and the engineer who helped develop it, Todd Gordon, went on to become a NASCAR Cup Series championship crew chief. Same problem, different vehicle. Now Grasshopper. Ask a dealer if it has suspension and he'll say yes. He's technically not lying, and he's not telling you the truth either. Grasshopper has no independent wheel suspension. What it has is 3 separate tricks stacked on top of each other. 1. The deck hangs out in front of the machine on a floating linkage, so it reads the ground before a single tire touches it. 2. The operator platform is a completely separate frame from the mower frame, mounted on rubber blocks. Owners call it in-frame suspension. 3. An ISO-mounted suspension seat and a shock-absorbing footrest. So Ferris solved a rough ride. Grasshopper never tried to. It solved scalping, visibility, and reach. Cutting grass before a wheel packs it down. Sliding under fences and low branches. And flipping the deck up 90 degrees so you change blades standing up instead of on your back. Two machines, two completely different problems. And almost every buyer compares them as if they're the same product. Ferris feels like the safe corporate choice, owned by Briggs & Stratton, built in upstate New York, a 552,000 square foot facility in Sherrill. Here's what nobody mentions. In March of 2020, Briggs & Stratton publicly announced it was divesting its entire turf business, Ferris, Snapper Pro, Simplicity, Billy Goat, to refocus on engines. 4 months later, the company filed Chapter 11 and got bought out of bankruptcy by a private equity firm. Now be clear, Ferris is alive. It's launching new machines. I am not telling you it's dying. But the brand people assume is the corporate safe bet is the one whose own parent tried to sell it. And then there's the mechanical charge. The thing that sells the Ferris is the thing that bills you. On the older IS series machines, the rubber A-arm suspension bushings squash out over time. The rear wheels start to camber inward at the top, and the tires wear bald on the inside edge. Owners describe exactly that in exactly those words. Another said his buddy replaces the bushings regularly. It's about an hour if you do it yourself. Shocks are a wear item too. You don't rebuild them, you replace them. More suspension means more to maintain. That is not an opinion. That is a bill. Except, in October 2025, Ferris did something that reframes the whole argument. They launched a 10-year suspension warranty with a 24-hour parts guarantee, doubling their previous 5-year coverage on any machine bought after November 1st. That is the longest suspension warranty in the industry. Read that two ways, because both are true. It's genuine confidence in a redesigned system. And it's an admission of exactly where the pain used to be. Companies don't warranty something for a decade unless they've been paying for it. Before we get into that, if you're enjoying this far, please drop a like and hit subscribe for more videos like this one, and it genuinely helps us. Now, moving on. Grasshopper has no parent company, no private equity, no outside investors. Still family owned. Still building mowers in Mound Ridge, Kansas. In a plant they've been expanding since 1958. They built the first dual-lever zero-turn in 1969, the first diesel zero-turn in 1983, the first electric fold-up deck in 2004. They just launched 2 new stand-ons, and they're hiring. The tiny Kansas shop is the stable one. The big corporate brand is the one that almost got sold. Sit with that for a second. And the machines back it up. Owners passed 4,000 hours reporting they've replaced one bearing. A dealer said he couldn't believe how rarely he replaces idlers and spindle bearings, and that factory spindle bearings cost about $8 and outlast most of what he'd seen elsewhere. Another operator flatly called it the toughest mower he'd ever owned. So where's the catch? Because there's always a catch. 3 of them. First, the PowerFold electric deck lift actuator on the front mount models is the single most reported failure on the machine. The advice you'll hear repeated: buy the Grasshopper, skip the PowerFold. Second, the price. A front mount with the same engine and the same options runs roughly $2,500 to $3,000 more than the equivalent mid-mount. One owner's word for that was insanity. Third, the dealer map. Ferris rides on the Briggs & Stratton network. Broad, national. Grasshopper has roughly 250 dealer locations in the entire United States, and they're clustered hard in the Midwest. Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, Minnesota, Iowa. On the coasts and through the South, they evaporate. 4 dealers in California, 1 in Florida. You cannot own a machine you can't get parts for. Here's where people torch their money regardless of which brand they picked. On the Ferris, the engine to interrogate is the 37-horse Vanguard EFI big block. There is a well-documented owner-reported pattern of hot restart failures. You stop for 5 minutes and it won't crank. Techs have traced it to the crank position sensor and vapor lock. In some cases, outright head failures. One operator running 3 72-inch Ferris machines had one sitting on warranty hits at 1,400 hours. His advice was one sentence: stay away from the Vanguards. His Kawasaki's were purring just fine. In fairness, plenty of techs love the sorted 37 EFI for fuel economy. But there is no reason to gamble your 15 grand on a coin flip. Spec the Kawasaki FX or the 28-horse Vanguard 810 EFI with oil guard, 500-hour oil intervals, and a fraction of the complaints of its big brother. On the Grasshopper, the answer is the whole reason pros buy them: the Kubota diesel. A former dealer put its design life around 6,000 hours with proper care. Owners routinely hit 4,000 and 5,000. One man's engine outlived the mower it came in, so he transplanted it into another machine and kept going. It costs more upfront. Liquid-cooled maintenance takes more of your time. But an operator who switched off a 37 EFI Ferris to a Grasshopper diesel reported his fuel burn dropped to a little over half. So here is exactly what you do. Don't sit in the seat first. Walk to the engine and read the tag on the engine itself, not the sticker on the deck. Then ask 2 questions. 1. Is this a commercial rated engine? And what's it rated for in hours? If he can't answer, he's never had to. 2. And this is the one that separates a real Ferris dealer from a guy moving inventory. What's the suspension bushing replacement interval? And does the 10-year warranty cover labor? If he doesn't know what a bushing is, walk out. And here's the verdict. Rough, bumpy, open acreage, where you cut fast and your back is done by hour 3, buy the Ferris. The suspension is real, the fatigue relief is real, and that 10-year warranty just deleted its own biggest weakness. Trees, fences, ditches, obstacles. And you want a machine that outlives you? Buy the Grasshopper front mount with the Kubota diesel. Nothing trims like it, nothing lasts like that engine. But if there is no Grasshopper dealer within 45 minutes of you, buy the Ferris anyway. I don't care what the spec sheet says. Parts proximity beats every number on this list. And that is the single most repeated piece of advice from every high-hour owner I read. The suspension is not what makes these machines special. What makes them special is that the pros already know all this, and almost nobody else does. Now you do. And there are a handful of other details on these machines that nobody checks at the dealership until they're stranded mid-job and it's already too late. I put every one of them in this video. Watch it before you sign anything. I'll see you in it.